Good morning. Hello, hello. Guys, says Attic. How long, says Alicia. Yes, says Sultan Sanja. Lol, says Attic. I tricked you, says Attic. Wow, very intense, very exciting conversations going on here. Why do we start at 9:55? You don't, Harris. We start at 9:40. Oh, did I put 9:55? Whoops. Good morning, year 3. Good morning, Miss Cho. Hi, Suban. Good morning, Mahayman. No more like we tricked ya. Sultan Sanjo, Amadi, Harris. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Attic. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, sorry if I put 9:55. I don't know. I was probably just on autopilot. I know we start at 9:45 now. Remember that there will be no live lesson tomorrow. Remember that, yes. I don't want parents phoning me. Oh, where is the live lesson? It's not on tomorrow. Good morning, Muna. Good morning. Hi, Saren. Good morning. Hey, Naba. Good morning. Good morning, Sultan. Arifa, on Google Classroom, are you? Hi, sir. I have a phone. Congratulations. Good morning, Rita. My site is not secure. Khalid Ali. Yes, Khadija. Good morning, Khadija. Good morning, Ridwan. Good morning, everybody. What have I got? What have we got? Ooh, the newspaper. I haven't had a lot of newspapers in, so I'm excited to see some more. Should I go and grab an old newspaper? Have a look at it. All my newspapers have gone. I don't know where they are. Not sure where they are, so don't worry. Good morning, Ayab. Good morning, Amana. Good morning, Anas. Good morning, Mikhail Mohammed. Good morning, Redwan. Omar, hello. I love news, says Alicia. Well, we're going to be exploring all sorts of news today. I haven't quite had the time to sit and put some stuff together, but we'll have a little look. Good morning, Khalid. Good morning, Fahad. Good morning. Bonjour, Sarah, ça va? Good morning, Mr. Jordan, says Zain. Abdi Saeed, hello. Ayab, hello. Arif, good morning, Mr. Jordan. Yusuf Raymond. Raymond? Hello, everyone, says Jamila. Mana, okay. Harris, hi, Mariam. Khalid Ali, how long is today's live? Well, it has to stop at 10:30, doesn't it? Bonjour, Omar, ça va? No. We could learn a little bit of French. How about that? That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? Should we learn a little bit of French today? Un petit peu. Mr. Jordan, no comment. We'll wait until a few more people come on, and then we will we'll get started. I'll clear off this because I couldn't find a newspaper in school. I've had some really good newspaper articles coming in. Tell you what I'll do is I'll go on the emails and we'll have a look at it. I haven't been able to print work off, but we'll just have a look at the work that kids have been sending in via email and on Google Classroom. I've had some more research about Mars. We've had Mrs. C's lessons. We've had maths work coming in, all that perimeter and area stuff. Where is Miss Dunnan? Do you mean Duncan? She's just next door. I know she's been... Hola, Mahaymin, ¿qué tal? I went to London yesterday on a train. It was fun, says Anas. Got to be careful, Anas. I wouldn't post comments like that online, okay? Because at the moment, that is illegal, isn't it? You shouldn't be traveling. So just be very careful when you post comments like that. Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum salam. Hi, Mr. Jordan. It's me, Jawaria. Good morning, Jawaria. I want to learn French. Good. We'll do a little bit of French, yeah? Yes, we are going to do some art today. Yeah, that's a good point. Could you please grab yourself a piece of paper, please? A piece of paper. Need you to grab a piece of paper, please. Could you go and do that now? Because we are going to do some art. Sir, I figured out how to do Google Classroom. Finally, it's only taken you a year. Congratulations. Here's my hand. Congratulations for finally working out how to do Google Classrooms. Get a piece of paper, please. Get a piece of paper. You're not late. Do not worry. I'll leave you guys to go and grab a piece of paper. I think I'll grab a piece of paper too. Here's my piece of paper. Grab a piece of paper. Grab a piece of paper. Grab a piece of paper too. We'll be using this later on. I said we could do a little bit of French today. Boy! Are we doing painting? No, Alicia. I don't think it's fair to do painting because people are not going to have paint at home, are they? I think most people have got paper somewhere. Grab yourself a piece of paper if you can. An A4 piece of paper. It could be an old letter. It could be just any old piece of paper. It doesn't matter. Okay, if you can find a piece of paper, that would be really good. Somewhere in your house, if you could grab a piece of paper for later on, that would be really, really helpful. Good morning, everybody. Right, I got it. Good. All right, well, I'll tell you what. Shall we start off by going and finding... Yeah, I was going to do the science experiment, but then I read through the chat yesterday, and I think only one person even asked for science. It's just I got excited by it. Everyone was asking for art, so that's what we're going to do. Go and grab yourself a piece of paper. You've got lots of paint. Well, Marna, well, you can do some painting for me. But we're not going to go and do it. Let me get my pen. Yeah, I'll give you a minute. I'll tell you what, I'm going to move over here because we're going to look at a little bit of news to start off with, and I will take us on a grand journey all the way over here. What an exciting adventure that was. Right. So we have to turn the board on. That would be one thing that we have to do. Right. Good morning, Miss Duncan. Lovely to see you. Yeah, art. Need to go and grab yourself a piece of paper, please. We're going to be making something that goes bang. We might even be making a cat's head. Miss Duncan might even come in and show us how to do it. Wow, that would be exciting. How come you went bold? Bold, you mean brave and powerful, B-O-L-D. Is that what you mean? I've always been brave and powerful. Duplicate screen. This is going to work. Unplug it. Plug it back in again. Come on. This board is not working. I think in a school, a working board. Hey, there we go. Good. Board's starting to work. So laggy. Well, if it's laggy, oh, it might be laggy. Hold on, I haven't plugged the wire in. This is why it might be laggy. I haven't plugged the wire in. You're going to have to give me a minute. I'll plug that wire in. I'll make sure I'm set to the wired connection. Right. If it is laggy, could you please refresh the page now? I have now plugged the wire in, so the lag won't be happening on my end. We're not doing anything with paint. Do not worry. We are just going to be using a piece of paper. So let's have a little look at the news. And very exciting news. Number one, Miss Duncan showed me this morning that, oh, that's not going to work, is it? Archaeology. Now, archaeology is where we find old things, and we do this by digging underground and searching underground to find old things. As time passes and time goes on, things get layered under the ground. So you can imagine if, let me see if I can find a board pen. Here I am, a dinosaur, yeah, roaming ages ago. Oh my goodness, I cannot draw a dinosaur. There I am, millions of years ago, stomping over the ground. And then I die. Il est mort. Okay, there I am, and I'm dead. Okay, I know it doesn't look like a dinosaur anymore. Okay, over time, wind blows, doesn't it? Shh. And sand settles, yeah? Rain falls, yeah? And then more ground sort of settles over time, and over time the ground settles and all cracks form underground and things sink, and later on some people come along and build their little houses many millions of years later, and those houses get destroyed, and farms grow, and trees pop up on the ground, and trees then fall, and eventually you're left with today. Here I am walking around, and I have myself a shovel, okay? And over time, as you can see these layers and layers that are built up, if I start digging down, eventually I might come to, there's the old dinosaur, the fossil that is deep underground, okay? And I can actually find old stuff that's underground because things layer over time. And rocks even move, as you know, the different continents, the plates are always moving as plates smash into it. Sometimes when the big plates move, they suck underneath and one plate will go under, and as they knock up, plates go all over the place. So we can find old stuff underground. This is how we understand what happened in the past. When we talk about Stone Age people, well, there's no photographs of it. How do we know? Well, actually, we can dig underground and we can find the evidence of it. There's evidence of settlements in Britain that are, 3,000, 4,000 years old. We can find the tools that they made from that time. And don't forget, this is a time long before major religions were invented, long before Islam was invented, long before Christianity was invented. This is a long, long time ago. And we can prove it. We can find this stuff. Well, deep underground in a place called Greece, they have found, and this is very, very exciting, a 20 million year old tree. A tree that has been fossilized underground. Now, when something is fossilized, it kind of turns to stone. You saw that I was layering the ground with the pressure of it builds, and it can turn into a kind of stone thing. And here it is, 20 million year old tree that has been found underground. They've been digging, they dug up this huge trunk. It has on it amazing bits of evidence of the last life. It has the bark that it had. It has, real incredible insight. So we can actually see the tissue from the tree that is 20 million years old, okay? 20 million years is an incredibly long time ago. There were no humans even evolved 20 million years ago, okay? Nothing like us would have existed on the earth. 20 million years ago is an incredibly long time. So that is quite amazing that has been found. That was one big piece of news. I thought that was really exciting. Researchers are developing new ways to research to stop issues between humans and elephants, okay? What they've been doing is they've been tracking these elephants through the night. They've put cameras all out. This is nighttime movements. You can see these. Obviously, an elephant isn't red. This is a thermal picture of an elephant, which shows the heat of it. But it is. It means that the more that we track these elephants, the better that we can see where they are, what they're doing, how they're getting on. And the hope is that by taking all these pictures and recording the elephants and knowing where they are and what their movements are, we can track where they're going. We can stop the negative interactions between humans and elephants. We can maybe try and encourage the elephants not to come near to human settlements. We can stop them from destroying the farmers' fields and things. And basically, we need to get a better idea of animals and how they live and how they exist. If we want to keep animals on this earth, we need to understand them more, don't we? Because what we've done in the past, we've built our farms where we want, we've built our cities where we want, we've knocked down what we want, destroyed what we want, and we've never really thought about how that impacts on the animals. We were looking at hedgehogs in this country and how they have dropped significantly in numbers. There's not a lot of hedgehogs left. That's because we silly humans go around, we build a road here, we build a house there, we make a farm here. We don't think about how that impacts our wildlife. And much of our wildlife has been living here longer than we have. Yeah? Us humans, we are like immigrants to Britain, right? There haven't always been humans on the British Islands. There have been lots of other animals that have lived here way longer than us humans. So when we came over as an animal and landed on this island, although it wasn't an island when we came, it was actually connected by land, but it doesn't matter. We destroyed their habitats, we ruined their lives, and we carry on doing it now. Yeah, of course you can go to the toilet. So we're trying to get a better understanding of how these animals live so that we as humans can live alongside them. Because we've got to look after elephants, haven't we? They're absolutely amazing creatures. That's me just randomly clicking on something. I'm using BBC News here to have a little look, and you guys can use BBC News to look. West Antarctica gets glaciers flowing faster. Oh, wow, look at this. So Antarctica is down in the south of the Earth. So here's Britain up here, all the way down past Africa, all the way down. This landmass down here is Antarctica, okay? And there's bad news, I'm afraid. There's a lot of bad news when it comes to the environment. You're not late, don't worry. Which is that the ice is melting fast, okay? There's been lots of investigations. There's British ships that are down there watching things, recording stuff. And what we can see is this is the ocean, this is the ice, is that the ice is melting, or it's the other way around, is melting at a really fast rate. Glaciers, which are big bodies of water frozen in between mountains, are moving and melting. And for the first time, the land under Antarctica is being shown more and more. There was a statistic on here, where is it? Look at this. Since 1994, they have lost 315 gigatons, not just a ton, 315 gigatons of ice. That is equivalent to 126 million Olympic swimming pools of water. 126 million Olympic swimming pools. That is a massive swimming pool full of fresh water is falling into the sea. All of that extra water means the sea levels are rising more and more. All of that fresh water means that there is less salt, well, there is the same amount of salt, but it's less salty, the water, and that is going to cause problems for the flow of heat and warm water all over the place. So yeah, loads of issues there. Should we have a look at BBC News' main front page? Oh yes, so that's big news, isn't it? If any of you have got brothers or sisters doing GCSEs or A-levels, it is the teachers who are going to decide on their results now. So tests may happen, there'll be mock exams and courseworks, but there won't be a final big GCSE or A-level, and it will all be done on tests, it'll all be done on teachers' expectation. Anything else on here that we could have a little look at? I don't know if any of you heard about in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, the ruler of Dubai was locking up his daughter. She was like a captive. That's really sad. COVID at risk of becoming a disease of the poor. This is a really important story. And then I'm going to be done with the news. So Alum Rock here, in Birmingham, has the lowest levels of vaccination uptake in Birmingham. Alum Rock is an inner city suburb of Birmingham. It is deprived and ethnically diverse with a large Pakistani community. It has one of the lowest uptakes of vaccines in the whole of Britain. Why are people in lots of Muslim areas not taking as many vaccines? Well, the worry is it's about this fake news. It's about stories that are incorrect, stories that are not true, that are going around on Facebook, on social media, are being snared on Snapchat, on Twitter, and they're producing lies. And these lies are meaning that lots of people, so this is this area of Birmingham, which has really low uptake of the vaccine. Here in Alum Rock, 91% of the population are Black or Asian, okay? If we look over here in Sutton, in the north of Birmingham, only 12% of the population are Black or Asian. That means that 88% of this area are white. 95% of that area has been vaccinated, okay? That is a huge percentage. If we look down here to the predominantly Muslim area of Alum Rock, where 91% are BAME, only 61% have been vaccinated. What this means is that these poorer areas, these more ethnically diverse areas, are going to be struck by coronavirus much worse. They're going to have way more problems. So we need to be really careful, and we need to encourage our family, our elders, to tell them that, look, this vaccine is safe, this vaccine is important, and if you don't take it, you're going to end up having more troubles. It means that the richer areas are going to be safe soon, and the poorer areas are going to stay unvaccinated and are going to stay at risk. Okay, I've been talking for a long time there. I don't even know. Let's have a little look at some of the comments that have been going on. Yeah, Mahayman says, yeah, a lot of fake news that's been going on. Fake, it's a complicated word now. And I was just talking to Mr. Duncan about this word fake, because I said to you the other day, I don't like the word fake. And why don't I like the word fake? Well, it's kind of been weaponized, this word fake. People now use it. It's the word changes all the time, okay? And when I was young, something that was fake or something that was not real, maybe, but it wasn't used in the kind of angry way that people use it now. What happens is nowadays, if anyone disagrees with something, they go, oh, fake, that's fake, okay? And it's used as this way to kind of just show that they disagree and that they're not interested in any other story. I think, for example, with the vaccines, I think it's a right thing to be skeptical, to question and think, well, actually, is the vaccine safe? That is the right thing to do. You should question it. You shouldn't just accept everything that's been told to you, should you? If the government tells you to do something, you shouldn't just go, okay. You should think, well, why are they saying that? What is it? You need to understand it. You need to read about it. You should never just believe what you're told. You don't just sit in a building, in the afternoons and just listen to everything you're being told and not question it. You must question things and think, well, is that true? So with vaccines, we did question it and we did think and we did wonder. But then what did we do? Well, we listened to the science and we thought, actually, if we do question it, we've got evidence, we've got statistics, we've got all of the things that have happened in the past. And we can actually start to understand that, okay, no, this is not a dangerous vaccine, and oh no, they're not actually tracking us, and there aren't actually microchips in it, and it isn't actually Bill Gates doing all these things. So we've got to be careful with this word fake, because it's often used by people who don't listen to the other side. They only listen to one side of an argument. They never fully understand what's going on. And you've got to be careful if you hear someone just going, that's fake. It probably tells you that they don't really understand both sides of the arguments. It's right to be worried about vaccines, but when you learn about it, it's fine now to feel safe about them, if that kind of makes sense. Yeah, you've got people saying your uncle's taking vaccines. That's really good. I'm going to just scroll down. Where have we got to? Sir, how can we tell what is fake news or real news? What a fantastic question. You're really lucky in Britain that we have something called the BBC. Not only the BBC, we actually have media regulators. So what we have is the news that you read in a newspaper or the news that you see on the BBC. It is very heavily regulated. If there are lies, that these media can get in a lot of trouble. So if you find a proper media outlet, let's say it's the Guardian, it's the Telegraph, it's the BBC, something that is a proper official news provider in the United Kingdom, they have to tell truths. If they're found to tell lies, they get fined. They even have to apologize on their front page. Some newspapers like the Sun and the Daily Mail, when they've lied about things, they are forced to admit what they've got wrong. Even if it's a small statistic, they must admit to what they got wrong. So this is where, so you think, well, where does the fake news come from? The internet. On the internet, there is no government body that checks whether it is right or wrong. There's no regulator. There's nobody who is checking to say, no, you can't say that. If you go on the internet and let's say you've got a Facebook account, I could just sit in my bedroom and say, actually, it turns out the world is flat after all. I could send that. I won't get in trouble. I can say that, free speech. What if someone reads me saying that and they believe it and they think, oh, what, the world's flat? And then they send it to their friend. And then their friend sends it to their friends. And before you know it, a lot of people believe a lie that I said, but I will never get in trouble for it because it's free speech. If you read proper official news, then they can get in trouble for lying. So that's why we're very lucky in this country to have such a regulated media. So go and check on things like the BBC, go and check on things like The Guardian, go and check on proper news sites to find the information. Does that answer that question? I've been 7 years old for another year. Right, I'm getting all distracted and I'm talking about stuff that I shouldn't be talking to like 7, 8 year olds because, I said we'd learn a little bit of French, didn't I? So this morning, we're gonna have a little look at French, and our first thing is we're going to say hello. So hello in French, you're going to say bonjour. Can everyone say bonjour? Say bonjour, bonjour. That means hello, or actually, to be honest, it doesn't say hello. Bon means good, and a jour is a day. So it means good day. Good day to you, sir. Bonjour, bonjour mon ami. I could say that. Bonjour mon ami. Or if you're a girl, you can say Mami. Mon ami means good morning, my friend. Actually, let's leave that off now. Now, this is how you say, how are you? So to say how are you, you go, ça va? Question mark. That means how are you? Ça va? Oh, I glitched just then. Bonjour. Ça va? Ça va means, how are you? How do I reply to that? Okay, I could say, ça va bien. That means, I'm good. Ça va bien. Or I might say, oh, ça va mal. Ça va mal means, oh, I'm not good. Or I could say, comme ci, comme ça. So you could say, bonjour, for hello. Ça va means, how are you? Ça va bien. Ça va bien. I'm good. Ça va mal. Ça va mal. That means I am not good. So maybe you could have a little check with someone. You could say to them, ça va? And they reply to you, ça va bien. Or you say, ça va? And you reply to them, ça va mal. Or if you're just feeling okay, you could say, comme ci, comme ça. Comme ci, comme ça. Like this, like that. Comme ci, comme ça. What else could we have then? Shall we do some numbers? Should we count to 10? Okay, we've got 1, 2, not quite sure, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I don't know how to spell 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How do I spell 6? Just double check. What is 6 in French? Siège. That's it. Siège. 8. Again, another tricky spelling. 6. Sorry. 7. 8. 9. 10. So, some numbers. Took me a second to remember those. So go 1, 2, 3. Can you say 1, 2, 3? Say it. 1, 2, 3. Then we've got 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. That is 4, 5, 6. So if I start from the beginning, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we've got 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. I wonder if there's a number that I can do, a song that can go with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not sure if that's a number song. All right, what we got? We've got numbers. We've got bonjour, hello, ça va, ça va mal, ça va bien. And then I got my numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It carries on. 1, 2, 3. All right, any other things that we could do in French just before I move on? We could ask how old you are. So I've got bonjour for hello. You can remember that one. You could say, quel âge es-tu? Quel âge es-tu? Say, quel âge es-tu? That means, what age are you? Quel âge es-tu? And you could say, j'ai 7 ans. J'ai, and then you can say your age. So it could be, j'ai 7 ans. I have 7 years. Quel âge es-tu? J'ai 7 ans. Quel âge es-tu? J'ai 8 ans. Quel âge es-tu? J'ai 10 ans. I'm 10 years old. Quel âge es-tu? J'ai 9 ans. I'm 9 years old. Quel âge es-tu? If I was Mohammed, I would say, j'ai 3 ans. Because he's only 3 years old. I'm 7. That means, so you'd say, j'ai, I am, I am 7 ans. And ans means years. So I have 7 years. Je for I have 7 years. So I'll start from the beginning. I'll have a little conversation with Fred. Okay. Bonjour. Bonjour. Ça va? Oui, ça va bien, merci. Ça va? Oh, ça va mal. Oh. Quel âge es-tu, Fred? J'ai 10 ans. Ah. Quel âge es-tu? None of your business. Okay. That was my little French conversation. Yeah, shall we have comment tu t'appelles as well? What's your name? So we could have comment tu t'appelles. So if you want to say what is your name, you say comment tu t'appelles. I think you can say comment t'appelles-tu, but we'll stick with that. Comment tu t'appelles? So can you say that? What's your name? Comment tu t'appelles? Comment tu t'appelles? Je m'appelle Monsieur Jordan. Je m'appelle Monsieur Jordan. Comment tu t'appelles? Je m'appelle Fred. Comment tu t'appelles? Je m'appelle Monsieur Jordan. Bonjour, tu l'aimant. Quel âge es-tu? Maybe we could ask you some questions. See you later in the reading group. Yeah, that's good. Thanks, Miss Duncan. Are you Spanish, Mr. Jordan? No, we were doing French. Comment t'appelles-tu? Comment tu t'appelles? Estoy bien, estoy triste. Comment tu t'appelles? Je m'appelle. Oh yeah, sorry, I haven't said how you reply to that. So when you answer it, you say, je m'appelle, my name is, I am called, je m'appelle, and then you're going to say your name. Okay? So let's get rid of quel âge es-tu? So you would say, comment tu t'appelles? Je m'appelle Daoud. Comment tu t'appelles? Je m'appelle Daoud. Comment tu t'appelles? Je m'appelle Khadija. Comment tu t'appelles? Je m'appelle Harris. Okay? So that's how we would say those things. Aminal, you're not late. Don't worry. Okay. So you could just rewind that, and then before you know it, you're going to be like a French master. Simple. Right, we're running out of time. I said, could you grab yourself a piece of paper? And we were going to do a little bit of maths. Well, not maths. Art, that's it. We're going to do a little bit of art. So could you grab yourself a piece of paper? Hold your piece of paper up, please. Get your piece of paper, hold it up. Very good. I don't feel comfortable. Maybe you want to move and get yourself comfortable then, yeah? Yeah, there are other words for good morning. So for example, you would say bon matin for good morning. Je suis triste. Excellent. Ready, sir? Good. Have you got your piece of papers, guys? Okay, here we go. So, got a piece of paper like this. First thing I would like you to do, we are going to fold your piece of paper like this. Okay? Fold your piece of paper. Don't worry, Alicia, go and get it now, please. So we're going to fold your piece of paper like this. Nice and carefully. Okay? That's the first thing we're going to do. Fold your piece of paper like this. Doesn't matter what piece of paper you've got. I could use an old piece of paper that's got some work on. But the first thing I'm going to do is fold my piece of paper like this. I wonder what you're going to make in the end. I shall tell you, actually. Do you want me to tell you now what we're going to make? The first thing we're going to make, it looks like a triangle, but it is able to do this. Yeah, it makes a bang. So we're going to make our own banger that we won't annoy our mums and dads with. So first thing, oh yeah, please send me your dinosaur pictures. Oh, I was going to show off there's been some fantastic bits of work, by the way, sent in from you. I'm sorry, I don't know what, I got distracted talking about something. There's been some fantastic work. There's been newspaper articles which are just brilliant. I've absolutely loved reading them. People have been sending in Mars stuff. I've got a picture of Noah working his guns. I've got all sorts of things that have been sent in, which is great. So first thing, get this, fold it over. That's your number one thing, please. Get this and fold it over. Next thing we're going to do. Okay, next thing we're going to do. We've got this piece of paper. Can you see these lines here? I'd like you to take the corner. And I'm going to fold it, and don't worry, I'm going to just show you, take 2 seconds for me just to show you this. I'm going to very carefully take the corner, and we're going to fold it down to this line, okay? So take this corner, and we're going to fold it down to this line. Don't worry if you've not got the piece of paper right now, you could just go back and you could grab a piece of paper and you can watch this later, can't you? So just have a go. So fold that down. We're actually going to do the same on every single corner. So you see, I've taken that corner and I've folded it down to my middle line. I'm now going to do the same with this. Now be very careful with this. It's better that you take a little bit longer to get it accurate than rushing it. So just take your time, try and get it along that line and as accurate as possible. It really will make a big difference. So look, I've done the same thing here. I've taken that corner, I've folded them both in. I'm going to do the same on both of these corners too now. So let's see if I can, no, I can't really do that and show you at the same time. So I'm going to go along I'm going to use the table or whatever's in front of me. Again, I've done it with that corner too. I've been very careful to make sure that that goes directly along that line. I do not want these to be wonky. When they come together, that should make a nice straight line. Ishmael Abdullahi, tu es triste. Oui. Je suis très fatigué. Okay, and then finally I've done it for my last corner. So I've now got something that looks a bit like this. Exciting. I've now got something that looks a bit like this. I need to remember what my next part is. Okay, then, now that I've got this, I'm going to wait 1 second. So my flaps keep opening. It doesn't matter if they're a bit flappy. Yeah, just try and fold them. Try and go along this line as much as possible. I'm going to just rub along these lines. Just make sure that they are trying to stay closed as much as possible. Doesn't matter if it's a little bit scrunched. Yeah, you can just rewind this and just do it over and over again. No problem. So I've now got this shape. I'm then going to fold this down. So I've got this shape. Okay. Can you make sure the flaps are on the inside? So I want all these flaps to be on the inside of your shape. So I'm going to take it like this. I'm going to fold it down and get all the flaps on the inside. And I'm left with this shape. Okay? So it looked like this. I folded all my corners down to that line. I'm then going to fold it down like this. Okay? I'm going to run my fingers along this line. I'm just going to make sure that everything is nice and folded. So this is the point that we are in. Good. Flaps should be on the inside. Now, this bit here, this bit is tricky. I need to remember how to do it. Yep, it's done like that. Okay. I'm then going to take this corner. Okay, this is the tricky bit. It's hard. You can do it. Just rewind the video. If you get the scroll bar and just rewind it back, and you can play it back. So I don't need to slow down. You just need to rewind it back. I'm then going to take this corner here. I'm then going to fold it so that it goes straight up here. It kind of makes a little cat ear. And this side here will be lined up with that corner there. So look, it looks like this, and then folding it up like that. And making sure that it goes straight up. Okay, and you can check that it goes straight up because that little corner there should line up with that there. And it will look like this. Okay, so that's the next bit. I'm going to do that. Then I want you to take this corner here. Take this corner here. I'm going to fold that up and do the exact same thing. So I've folded this up and done the exact same thing. And actually mine's ended up being a little bit wonky, but I guess it should be okay. Now, because I didn't fold mine very carefully, I've ended up with one a little bit longer than the other, but don't worry. So I've folded these up. What did you do? Just take the scroll at the bottom and just rewind back, please. I can't do it over and over again. Just rewind back, Zane. Don't say what and all these things. Just rewind the YouTube video. You can do that. It's possible. So I'm now left with these up at the top, and it should look a bit like this. It looks like that on the other side, yeah? The last thing I'm now going to do, I'm going to fold. Can you see this nice flat side? I've got the floppy out bits on that side. Looks like a wolf, doesn't it? I'm going to turn it around. So I've got this flat bit here, and I'm going to fold in on this flat bit so that I end up with a triangle. Okay? I'm going to end up with a triangle that looks a bit like this. It does look a bit like a fox. You're absolutely right. Just rewind back if you need to. That's all you need to do. So I've ended up with, it did look like that, and then I've folded it in, and I've ended up with this. Okay, I should be left with a triangle. I'm hoping most of you are left with a triangle now. If you're not, just rewind back the video. Okay, now what I do with this triangle, you can see that I've got two flappy bits up here. I hold it at these two flappy bits. In fact, I'm going to hold it this way. All right, and when I hold it at these two flappy bits, might take you a minute to work out how to do this bit. It's very hard to show you. So look, I folded it in like this. I hold these two flappy bits, and then when I really quickly bang down like this, it makes a bang. So you can make your own banger. Let me see if it worked on this other one that I made. My one's really bad. Well, don't worry. You've got the opportunity to go back and perfect it, and you can have a banger that goes off. Okay? See if I can hold and do two bangs at the same time. There we go. Very good. All right. And then all you need to do once it's banged, you just pop that back inside, back to a triangle, and you can bang again with it. Okay? Well, Tasha, guess what? You can rewind. You can have another go if you want to make it bang, bang, bang. You can even decorate it if you want. I don't really mind. What I need to do is go, because it's 10:30. I need to go and do my small groups. Remember, there is no live lesson tomorrow. Please don't phone me. Don't text me. It won't be happening. Okay? No live lesson tomorrow. Okay? There won't be a live lesson next Friday either. So the next 2 Fridays, there's no live lesson. So no lesson this Friday, no lesson next Friday. Okay? No live lessons on the Fridays. Remember that, please. Tell your parents, make sure no live lesson tomorrow. There is still work, though. The work is all online. There will still be small groups. All of that stuff's happening. It's just the live lesson is not happening this Friday or next Friday. Okay? Just need to remind you that. Go on to Google Classroom. Register yourself, please. Go and check the work today. I popped it on. Don't forget to make sure you do Mrs. C, hanging upside down, eating rotting fruit. Make sure that you have, I've got games. It's games today in maths. You don't even have to do a worksheet. Nothing to send in. I've just found lots of games for you to play. And, the fantastic Gangster Granny, read by the amazing Miss Duncan. I can't remember what your activity is, but you've got something to do for that. Very exciting. You're going to be making a disgusting meal. That's what we should have been doing in this live lesson. You're going to be making me the instructions for the most disgusting meal you can imagine. Go on to the reading, check it out. You're going to make either the most disgusting cake you could imagine or just a disgusting meal. It could have worms. It could have snot. It could have bits of spit in it. I don't care. I want you to create it, a list of ingredients and how you are going to make the most disgusting meal ever. I'd love a picture to go with it. Go and check the reading on the Year 3 Google Classroom. Not the Google Classroom, the Year 3 class page. It's on the reading section. That's your work today because Granny, she makes the most disgusting cabbage cake. Well, we can make something more disgusting than that. Are you going to include flies? Are you going to include little bogies? I don't know. It's up to you. So the most disgusting cake meal. Yes, you can leave now. Go to your small classes if you've been phoned for it. I will see you soon, I hope. Don't forget, Miss Patterson will be next on Monday. She'll be taking it. Can't wait for that. Thank you, guys. Can't wait to see you again. Brilliant. Get your bangers going. Bang, bang, bang. Bye, bye. Au revoir. Au revoir, tout le monde.